Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Originally I was gonna do a Q&A today, or 50 facts about me, but I didn't really have time to figure out the whole 50 facts about me thing, so I'm gonna push that to a later date and then do one of my other videos as planned this week, because there weren't any really questions asked since the last time I asked for questions. I still have the 3 questions, so I guess it was just not meant to be this time around. Oh well. So without further ado, let's do my December wrap up. In the month of December, I read a total of 4.5 books, and it really seems like a dream that I read these books, because it feels like I read them months ago. But I read a lot. As you can see, the page length is a lot, and these are just the 4 I actually completed. This was also the first month that I actually followed my TBR and, you know, did what I said I was gonna do. So the first book I read was Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved this book. It pulled on my heartstrings just a little bit of shock factor, I guess. I just really love the way that Morgan Rhodes plays with her characters a bit. I really loved figuring out the intricacies of the kingdoms and what characters were going to do. The fact that you could think that a character was a crucial role or who was going to be a really pain in the butt for some of the main characters, and then they're gone. Just like that. They're gone. I cannot wait to get to the next book and the next book and the next book. For now, I have just read this and I really, really enjoyed it. I would recommend anyone who's into fantasy to read this book. Next, I got to The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. I really enjoyed this one as well. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. December was really a fantasy month for me, and I just loved that a lot. I really love the way the magic system works with the allomancy and just what the different metals are capable of letting, the abilities they let you do. If you are a misting or a mistborn. I really liked the 2 main characters, mainly Vin, who is a 17-year-old girl who is a thief and discovers she's mistborn, and just the whole learning about everything through her eyes, and I just really enjoyed it. Since this is a big chunk of a book, it did take me a couple days to read it, but the last night I really wanted to, I had about 150 pages left and I really wanted to just finish it, and so I just put my mind to it. I finished it, looked at the clock, and it was 5 in the morning. Oops. But I really wanted to get it done so I can get to other books but still enjoy it. I can't wait to get to the next book. It's gonna be a theme. I can't wait. I can, because I'm literally not reading the next book right now. So the next book I read was The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed the story a lot. The reason why I didn't give it a 5 stars was because there were certain tropes that were happening that I just wasn't convinced with, but it kind of redeemed itself in the end. Just saying. I really want to say why it redeemed itself, but I can't because of spoilers. I really need to find a little outlet to gush about the spoilery things. I really enjoyed that the main character, Alyssa, was able to find her own power. The fact that she was imbued with this powerful godstone thing, chosen by God to be this thing. She does come into her own power, whereas in the beginning of the book she's kind of unsure of herself. And I really like the fact that she's overweight, and there's that. I really enjoyed this book, but I found certain things kind of for me, so that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars instead of a full 5 stars. I will be reading the next book sometime in the future. The next book I got to was The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. This is going away from the fantasy genre and into the magical realism, which I really loved the way that it did it. I think this is my first magical realism type book. And I like the way that it did it very subtly. Like, you could talk about something metaphorically, like, oh, she turned herself into a bird to impress this bird watcher dude, and oh wait, she actually turned herself into a bird. Like, it's not just a metaphor or a phrase, it's what happens. So I really liked the way the writing style did that, where you had to think a little bit of what was not metaphor and what was actually really magic or something that was just happening. This story is of 3 generations, kind of 4. In this family, the main character, the narrator of the story is Ava Lavender, and she was born with wings. So she tells the tale of her great-grandmother and into her grandmother's life and her mother's life and what led to her story of the current. I really like the fact that the end of this book ends on the winter solstice, and I finished this book on December 21st, which was the winter solstice. That was not intentional at all. So those are the books that I completed in the month of December, and I did say 4.5, and that's because I started reading Becoming Jinn by Lori Goldstein, and let's see, I got that way into the book, so it was like on page 178, 179, and I DNF'd this book. I just have no interest in finishing this book whatsoever. This is a story about a teenage girl coming into her genie powers at the age of 16, becoming a fully fledged genie. She doesn't want it. She really fights against the fact that she's kind of losing her freedom, even though she gets to do magic. She really dislikes her sisterhood, her fellow djinn of her age group, her mother's best friend's daughters, that sort of thing. She really dislikes them. She gets away from the whole society thing. She's like, I guess I have to try. And she starts accidentally doing magic in front of humans and then keeps it a secret. And I'm just not into that. I'm not into the stupid decisions of teenagers where, you know, life would be a lot easier if you just told an adult that you screwed up like you said you would. I also thought this was very slow to start. It just carried on, not much happening. So, like, I got halfway through the book before something actually happened that was worth anything, and it was stupid. So, yes, this is a DNF. Do not finish. Goodbye. So that is my December wrap up. I hope you enjoyed my verbal ramblings about the books I read. I know I enjoyed reading a lot of fantasy in December. I really like fantasy, though I do want to get into some science fiction in the near future. That is something that I've discovered about myself. Just want to say a quick happy birthday to Connor O'Brien. It is also his birthday today, as well it is mine. I have never really encountered birthday twins, like knowing someone who has a birthday the same as you. It's a very rare occasion for me. So this is me. I'm 29 years old today, and I'm going to embrace it because I really have no other choice. I'm 29 and I'm gonna like it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!